Okie dokie. Ah. Okay, cool. Looks like it's all going. We got ourselves proper music. The one, the only, the great. Mm-hmm. And also, we got ourselves me. Other than that, I suppose there's no further ado required. Mm-hmm. There's some more things to show y'all. I've made progress. It's very good progress. You'll enjoy this, I bet. We'll make the clip start 0. So this will be the same because I haven't been redoing anything. But if I play this from the start, I've still been very proud of some of the things I'm doing here. Mm-hmm. I wonder what I'm gonna do for sound as well. I love this part. It's hilarious. I know y'all can't really understand the dialogue, but it's hilarious, trust me. Also, can I just say, I am so proud of this part as well. I love the way I've done the fabric on there. It's not perfect or anything, but it's nice. And also the head turn. I mean, really, it's just a hat turn, because it's just a orb for the head, basically. But, oh boy, am I proud of that, huh? And also the lighting here. A little commotion for the lighting. Look at that. I'm a big fan of that. Especially with how simplistic everything else is. I think the contrast adds great humor to the setting. But after this is where the next part of the animation is. Alright, so we'll see. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And what I'm gonna want to do up here in the lettering 1, create a new frame. And then quite simply, that way with the blank frame there I can keep my spot. But over here, I just want to get this color. Oh, you know what? I'm so silly. I actually want to keep the music going. That'll be a bit better, I think. A little bit nicer. I was wondering why things seemed a bit different. Well, that would be it. Mm-hmm. We're gonna go... Is that a long enough beat if I draw an X here? Maybe I make it like a second and a little bit. Yeah, that's good. Okie dokie. I need to get my little book out. I need to think of exactly what I want them to say. Because there's a lot of options, right? So, for those who don't know, the question they're asking here, they're asking this higher knowledge. So this is higher knowledge, and then this is the radical true or false. So basically, is this higher knowledge? And then the orb over here, the orb that is, it goes, yep. And so, my idea for the response is for them to just go, cool. Except that's sort of a slang term that I haven't invented yet. So, I'm having to think of how to make something like that. I don't really know how to do something informal at the moment. Gosh, I've never even considered how I'd write slang. My. Let's see. It probably won't end up being slang specifically. But maybe what I do is go like, whoops, hang on. Maybe the answer I'm looking for is that goal first. I'm probably gonna want to bring this over here. Right, and then we're going to, maybe I want to, oh, whoops, I didn't want them on. So here I go. Alright, and then I do, looks like, and then probably honestly want, I'm gonna turn on the onion skin so I can see a little better what I'm working with. So I just want to move it all over here a little. I have more space to work with. Alright, and then up here again. Let me see. I suppose I guess here I can invent some new slang, or not slang, some new words go here, I suppose. This random page that has extra space will work. I believe if I combine the knowledge with an evaluation, but in what way specifically? There would be knowledge. I'm having to write this in my little book at the moment, so I'll show you guys what I'm thinking in a second. We're thinking knowledge, knowledge, maybe in the manner of maybe just in the manner of why, and that'll be interesting. Or at least maybe, because if I look over here, let's see. Yeah. Okay, so if I go like this, and And then it's those are not in circles actually. And then it's and let's see about that maybe. Like on the one hand, every time I miss streams, it adds like 2 days to next weight increase. That's so silly. I don't know how long you've been waiting on that. I was locked in on this. I'm having to invent a word for interesting here. What I've ended up with is knowledge in the manner of why. So maybe the idea would be like you want to know why, and that's the type of knowledge you're seeking, so you're interested. I don't know. It's hard to say exactly. But that's what I've settled on. And probably better to settle on something sooner than later, right? I also am going to want everything actually even more to the side. Intrigue would be an interesting and short word to use. Yeah. It doesn't matter how it's described, it matters how it's written, right? And these 4 characters here are how I am picturing it. I don't know if I've talked much about that little conlang of mine. It's nothing special, really, but... Oh darn, I've got to move this until it's at least here, I think. On phone can't see good. That's too bad, yeah. Not a whole lot I can do to help you, sorry. You can post pictures in the Discord later, I suppose. So I'll go... maybe... So first of all, we're gonna want this to go to, like, 600. I like seeing Magic's equations. Yeah! For me, Magic is gonna be more like a program, you know? Where instead of electricity, you have, like, energy, you know? Which is the same thing, I know, but, like, spirit energy or magic power or mana or whatever you call it. Noida? That's fair enough, yeah. Hello Mizugi Kanho. I hope you're doing well. You have some fun emotes, like, where are they from? Sorry Nerd. And the Chemo Genius. Very interesting. I actually did not check the channels. That's Sarai and Bekoma. Interesting. Excuse me, sorry. So if I do... think... So these 2 divider columns are essentially like a comma. What is all this? Well, this is an animation of mine that I've been working on, you know? And, I'll show you how it's going. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Obviously, I'm not that talented or anything. I have a lot to learn, but it's been fun so far. Interesting composition. I'm glad you think so. What's all that math? This isn't math at all. This is my little comic. They're speaking to each other with that. What? Oh, I see. I picked up a pen. I'm like, where did this come from? I understand. But, let me see where math is perfect. Math is prescriptive. Yeah. Whoops. Let's see. Let's turn off the onion skins on this. Yeah. Also, did something go wrong with this? No, I guess not. Allow me to then... What layer is this all on? Is it here? Ah. Okay, so I put that on the lighting layer. Which is a choice, that's for sure. Only need it on these last two. I think I just used a pure white for it. Let's see. Whoops. I guess I went with this one, huh? Yeah. Math isn't without its flaws, obviously, but it is pretty cool. I like it a lot. So the idea is for them to go, interesting. Or maybe it should be going something like cool, you know? Because back here, so basically this wizard is being asked to perform a spell that's sort of above their skill level, right? And I don't know anything about animation, so what's all that blue at the bottom? These are the keyframes. Essentially, every one of these is where I have an opportunity to draw a picture, right? And then by changing what picture is drawn, I can make things move, essentially, right? And if I don't draw a new picture, then it can use this blue line here to hold the same picture on different layers of the picture, of the image. I have all these layers. And I can also use blank ones to clear it so it doesn't continue holding it. And I don't know if I have explained it very well. But yeah. This is one of my favorite frames as well. I think I did very nicely with the slide in here. I'm very happy with that. It's exactly how I wanted it. So my main question right now would be, basically, this wizard is asking, hey, this is higher knowledge, or a spell above his skill level, right? Then there's just a long pause, and then the orb, which is his teacher, just goes, yep, by showing this green light. And I'm wondering if it's better to show, is that wizard your OC? I guess you could call them that. I never really call things my OC even when they are, but pretty much. It's just not a term I ever got in the habit of using. I've been calling them Eensy Beensy, by the way. Spelled like so. Whoops. Got that. Okay, never mind, I guess it won't. But, yeah. I don't lose OC for all Sonic characters, that's hilarious. Pretty much, though, Eensy Beensy, the wizard here, they've asked their teacher, this orb, if this spell is above their skill level, because they've been reading it, right? They're like, hey, this seems a bit advanced for me. And so the orb, because it's funny, I made there be a long pause, and then it just shows a green light like, yep, you got it. That's correct. And I don't know if it's better for Eensy Beensy to respond with, that's interesting. It's over 9,000. I don't know if it's better to respond with, that's interesting from Eensy Beensy, or if I should go something more along the lines of, cool, thanks, you know? I don't know if you guys have a personal preference on that. I see you have your little note-taking ones. What's that? Sorry, I know. Yeah. Note, I said. Or meant. It's sort of a matter of opinion here. What's this one? Oh, you got popcorn. But yeah, I'd like it to keep in with the comedy of the, you know, long pause. Considering this little comic thing with silly nerdy characters. I tried doing a magical girl comic once. I don't really, like, I'm really bad at keeping up with things, you know? I would forget after 2 weeks, essentially. That's the main problem I have with keeping up with that kind of thing. So I just forget, and then I don't know how to get back into it, and it's a whole thing. And plus, I have no idea how I'd even make a comic like that. But yeah, the main question I have right now is, do you guys think it's better for Teensy Beansy to go, interesting, or should they go, cool, thanks? Because right now it says, interesting. And I'm wondering if that's the right choice. Oops. Good thing. Cool thanks, you think? Yeah. I thought that might be the case. So, in that case, we need to change things up. Oh, right. We're on lettering 1. In fact, I can actually just delete these. Oh, and I see Squid Coder is first. How fun. Alrighty. Also get rid of this one, because we don't know. So, that's what I was talking about before, is you didn't deserve it today? Why not? You were here first. You'd make it however you want. You're a creative person in the chambers, right? That's good. Thank you, Grace. I'm sorry I missed that. Is always acceptable. Yeah. I've confused myself again. So, actually, I was here first. You missed your show I wanted to watch? Ah, that's too bad, yeah. Right now I have to basically invent the grammar to describe something being cool, you know? Like, I suppose I would be having a positive opinion of that thing, right? And I don't know if I necessarily have something to describe an opinion. I have evaluation in, like, the concept of evaluation. So if I have a positive... I have an emotion. I don't know if having a positive feeling about something or a positive emotion about something is the same as thinking it's cool. I'm literally flipping through my book right now that I'm writing. I'm not really writing. I don't know what to call it. It's a notebook, a journal. And I'm trying to think. You want to see some art I did for my partner? I'll DM it to you because I don't want people to steal something that's very special. Yeah, I'll look at that one after stream so that I don't show it to them. Cool is a specific kind of positive. Yeah, I agree. And that's difficult because that's a language-specific thing, you know? Like, you know, other languages don't really have a word for cool because that's a cultural and slang kind of thing, you know? Which means I might have to invent slang right now. And that would be difficult because it's already such an abstract language. And, no, you can show it on stream, you just don't want to upload the raw files. Gotcha. Okay, then I understand. We also used sick for a while. That's true. And rad. But the thing about those is they're all culturally and language specific, you know? Because I can't really make an equivalent to those, right? I just have to describe the way it's cool. or something like that. That's why I went with that's interesting at first, is because, I mean, that's the best I could come up with, right?
Make your own slang.
I can't really make my own slang. Or at least not yet. You know, because first it has to be really established. Have to use italics to change the word, your word. Well, then you have to think about how I would italicize a triangle, you know? And I get that you could send, yeah, awesome. I'm excited to see what it's. It's cute. I like that. Very fun. Big fan. The other two are animated GIFs. That's wonderful. Remember geometry? It depends on which one you're talking about. It's like, I could definitely... Like, some of these... A circle, for example, I could make that an oval, but then I wouldn't be able to guarantee that it's received as an italicized oval. And you remember, I also have to program this grammar into my game in the future. And I don't really want to program italicizing a triangle into my game. Use a triangle with 3 different angles. Yeah, I get that. I could totally do that. I just don't want to program that. I'm restricted a little bit by things I don't want to program. Because pretty much everything so far that I can make here is something you can do in Godot. Or rather, something that I've done in Godot. Right? There's very few things that I still don't know about doing. Here. Maybe a simple slang is okay. No, it's so hard. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? I also don't have a word for gratitude yet, so we're really in trouble here, huh? So, something I've seen Japan do a lot is use an English word for emphasis. Well, that's assuming that we have the concept of English here, right? We don't know, I haven't decided yet if this is like a completely fantasy world or not. And we don't, even if it isn't a fantasy world entirely, it's obviously a fantasy world with wizards, but even if it has English, I don't know if it's going to be the same where they have English loanwords. Especially because, even if we did use English, anyone would obviously be in, but... Well, you could use RF in some nonsense word or change the icons to symbols or something. You're not wrong. I'd have to do that. Wingdings? Yeah, so I actually have 2 writing systems here, essentially. Like, before how I had the, parentheses, that was because I was using it for a direct... So the parentheses indicate... Hang on. When I have parentheses, that indicates a specific, quote, right, essentially? It's like dialogue tags in writing. And so I had the, I had 6... Well, not really a 6, but this shape, like a music note. And then this shape. And this. And that's the sound for because this is like a huh, and that's like a Invent an accent marker for a word? I don't know. I mean, I already have an accent marker. You know, that would be the dough stick, you know? this thing. You go up to 8 little sticks here, and it adds context. I just need to think of exactly what to combine, you know? Because if I make it a slang thing, it has to be a slang thing that, like, it has to still be descriptive, you know? It's just not as simple as throwing some things together. There's, like, it has to follow my internal logic, you know? Like, for example, if you're talking about something that was previously mentioned, you just have a thing, past tense. Right? And then you can apply whatever else to it to specify which previously mentioned thing, if you want. Or, yeah, there's logic here, and it's not as simple, unfortunately, you know? Who would have thought this would be so difficult? Who would have thought? See. So I have maybe if I go, so going a circle with this line and plus and divided, this is sort of like for the degree of something. So maybe if I go with an evaluation and a degree, that could be our slang word for cool. Except it's more like saying, literally, that's very. So that would look like it would look like this. Right? And then obviously write it a little bit better. In fact, maybe I use the here, maybe to specify that it's slang, I add a little context marker to it. In fact, maybe I can maybe I make a special marker to mention that slang. Right? I'll have to put it somewhere recognizable or somewhere easy so I can verify that later. I'll have to program that in, unfortunately, but it won't be too hard. I can reuse some code. Maybe I need to steal this little. Use this pink little tab here so I can remember where it is. Yeah. So. Oh, but how do I make it look? I've already used, like, all the shapes. Haven't done something like that, I guess. Alright. Alright, there we go. So, oh, I probably shouldn't have closed it like that. Whoops. Alright, now we have a plan. So that's my wrong pen. Okay. So we go. And then here's what I settled on. I've invented a new thing just for this. And it's not necessarily something I wanted to invent, but here we are. We are using just two squares overlapping like this. And that's going to be my little marker for when something is slang. In the same way that you have the dough stick, you can have the slang box. Sure, why not? It works for me. Alright, and then I'll put this here. Like so, maybe? Whoops. Yeah. And then here we can go like this. And well, grab this here. We'll make it pause for 4 or 5. I think my partner makes up in 4 minutes. Wonderful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So about half a second we'll wait, and then we'll start having this all go up and fade out. And up and fade out. And up and fade out. And then here it can just be blank. Alright, let's see if that's good. Oh wait, hang on. How did I do the fading out before? Oh, I didn't have it phasing. Well done. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We'll make it wait a full second instead. And we'll go like that. And then I suppose, actually I shouldn't yet. No, I should, but I actually can't do that. It's probably, that's wonderful. Hope it went well. Like there-ish. And turn this off again. Yeah, okay. Maybe I have this go faster. And then over on, he said be smart, be sane, be... Yeah, that's good advice. Good job, Dad. So what I would like is, over on lettering 2, I want to start writing the thanks part. And, oh boy, now we have to have the same dilemma as before, where I don't have a word for thanks. I don't have a good way of expressing gratitude just yet. What I can do is... maybe I go, let's see. So what I can do is sort of like a that's important to me. Instead of directly saying, you know, thank you, which the word thank isn't necessarily a thing. So if I go just, we'll do, I'm sketching this down in my notebook so I can keep it for later. Be consistent if I can. Then this would be with 7 on the dough stick. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess I can use an evaluation for this. Good morning, Destroyer God. I'm having to think of a word for thank you. Here's what I'm coming up with. I'm thinking of if I write, that's important. I guess, to me. If I write, that's important to me, then that'll be my word for thank you in my little comment here. And that'll be how that is. So I'm writing that, evaluated, and then triangle, X, circle, relative, radical. And I think yeah. Okay, we're gonna try this. Yeah, so if I go like this, sorry that it's so cryptic because I have to write everything down in my little notebook first to make sure it's actually logical and that it's consistent with how things are. Maybe I need to specify that it's sarcasm though. I don't really have a way to do sarcasm. So I guess, I mean, I could use the slang marker again, but then maybe I use it in the same manner as the dough stick as before. So if I go like this, first meaning on this, you need tone indicators like Reddit. No, I need tone indicators like a language that doesn't have sarcasm. At least not yet. So with 1 it'll be slang. Two will be sarcasm. Alright? I'm just hoping this works. You know, I'm hoping this doesn't break anything. And then if I go... Where was I? um, here it was. Okay, then. Oh, oops, I didn't mean to put that on that layer. After that, so there. I did not change layers. I'm so silly. Now it's on the right layer. Let me. Well, this. A little bit ridiculous. I have to both draw it in and erase it a little bit. That matches up. I can leave that one. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. And I can remove this. And over here. Is this gone enough? No. I'll wait till here. Then we will, here, I suppose it does need to be all in one thing. No, that one didn't. But, so here's the trouble. It would be more clear if I put the thing in a bracket and then put the thing on that, but, no, I guess that's what I'll do. Okay, so then we've got ourselves gratitude, huh? Where is my, no, where did I put it? What page was it on? Eh, what happened to it? Where'd it go? That's not it, that's not it. Can you believe that I have the color? I have, like, colors before I have the word for gratitude? Ridiculous. What are my priorities, honestly? There it is. Okay, so we've got ourselves... Oh, whoops. I need this here. And then... Poppy. And then... we can go... plus... minus... and then... whoops. Okay, and then, yeah, like so. Like so. So that'll be my word for gratitude. And then... I probably should put this one here, huh? Yeah. And then... so... like so. What do you guys think? I think this works. Unfortunately, it did drift downwards a tiny bit. You can kind of rotate a little, right? No one will notice that. Here, I'll mute real quick. The square is cute, you think? I'm glad you think so. There's a lot of squares. Alright, let's see about rotating this just slightly. That'll be good. I don't know which square you mean specifically, but it's fine. I also need on this layer here. Go like this. And then starting here pretty much. I want this too. Okie. Oh darn, it only shifted upwards on the last one. Okay, well we'll undo that then. Oops. The last one, I don't know how to explain, but it's happy. That's fun. I'm glad you have a positive opinion of it. I guess that's the best I can say about that, because I mean, I kind of agree, honestly. It looks like, you know, whoops. You're very correct, I think. Though no one will know why. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Okay, so now it goes, whoops. Cool. Thanks. I should probably make the, honestly, hang on. And then here, instead of going forwards, I'll just work backwards. And essentially just like do this. So that's always correct. Instead of just suddenly becoming that way. Okie dokie. Yeah, that's how I want it. Okay, cool. And then, sorry, there's just something in my throat. Then we'll have this hold for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then, like so, we'll begin to, oops, Oh, I guess I can do that here too, huh? So over on lettering 2, go like this. Another frame later, we go like this. Another frame later, we go like this. Another frame later, we go like this. And then it's gone. You see? I think honestly it can be done after 3. So they go, thanks, sarcastically. Oh, whoops. Oh, right. We can't really use a blank one here because this one also uses Slayer. Cool. Thanks. Very funny, I think. Alright, let's watch it all together, this whole sequence. Starting from back here. Bing! Cool. Thanks. Wonderful. I do somewhat not like having to introduce another symbol. You know, that's just not something I like doing, but the fact of the matter is that we did it, and it will be useful. I technically don't have to program it into my game. You know, I don't need slang or sarcasm, technically speaking. It can exist in the language and just not be used in programming. That makes plenty of sense. In fact, it probably won't be. But there might be conversational parts. Especially in poetry. I plan on writing poems. So we'll have to do some thinking on that. It just might come in handy to have. Over here, I think, on animate, what I want to do is, oh, those are on there, huh? Well, I'm gonna redraw this. So I want that to close up, right? Oh, I see that's on animate 2, maybe? Yeah. Like so. Oh, I didn't know that. I forgot that that was down there. Whoops. No, it would have to be a little bit, right? And then if I grab out my smudgery tool and brought it size down to like 20. And over here, we can... Oh, that's right, over on enemy light as well. we need to sort of draw these borders in a bit thicker. Because that's where the main focus of it is now. And we will grab our smoother. Unfortunate news is that I've forgotten how I did it the first time. This looks about the same. But possibly it needs even more of the green in the middle. I think actually I used a brighter green, maybe. I don't know. It was a while ago. And by a while I mean like a couple days. But you know, that's so long to me. Alright, then we can go erase. Alright, and then, oh, this is an animate thing. Okay. Can I go like this? Yeah, I was that right there is actually already a really cool effect. So it went There we go. Alright. And this next one, it's gonna take away even more. Alright. We'll start over here, because it's easier to... I will probably want this too. That's way too much I removed, yeah. That might be. So we'll go maybe like that much. And actually don't really want to expand the edges. Okay. Okie dokie. And then over on animate 2. Now we go with whoopsies. Like so. Oops. Alright, so awesome. Then here, I think we fully redraw this little beam. Maybe it still gets... Maybe it's still a little bit... You know. And obviously we have some... like the thinnest amount of this in there. Oh, I guess this does... Whoops. Does have to get somewhat wide as it goes outwards, huh? Okie dokie. Dokie. I'll go like this. Okay. Whoops, meant with this one, I guess. And then over in animate light, this is where these are a little more interesting. Oh, also, get rid of that. Then things can be a little interesting here, because I think we want teensy little like that, you see? Alright, now if I go like this, what if I make it faster? That's pretty neat. Goes cool. Whoops. Cool. Thanks. Oh, I guess over here as well. I forgot to do the last couple here. Yeah? What's that white orb? This is sort of like its mentor, Incy Beancy's mentor. The wizard's name is Incy Beancy, by the way. This is its mentor. I think I called it Rule. Yeah, that's its name, Rule. So we have Incy Beancy and Rule. Base name? I'm glad you think so. Okay, check this out. Whoops. Keep accidentally doing that. Yeah, that's rad. Awesome. I want to watch that one more time. Yeah. Like, that's one of the coolest parts of this whole thing so far. This little sequence here, honestly, everything from this point on is really awesome to me, you know? Looking good, I'm glad you think so. I think before this I could go either way. Bing! Cool. Thanks. Awesome. I love that. The way the light fades out, I did really nicely, I think. And we're already almost at the 600. I'll just bump this up to 700. Okie dokie. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I think 2/3 of a second is good. I think what I want to do is change camera again. Right. So, what I want that's tricky. So, I'm trying to think of exactly how I want this to be. It's gonna be probably mostly focused on their hand. Maybe I do sort of a split, right? I'd like their head over here. I will, figure this out, I suppose. Be like that. Okay. And then it doesn't matter if the hat is fully in frame or not. It's not the main point. Scarf goes almost out as far as the hat. So I already have what's happening next planned. I just need to figure out exactly how I want it done. And that's why I'm experimenting with sort of a split here. Oops. So I'm imagining it going... I should also just color this in for... Here, I'll use the fill tool. Maybe not. Or actually, I don't fill. Scarf goes over them. Keep forgetting. Oops. I've been trying to avoid doing these more sketchy lines as I grow as an artist, because smooth lines look better, you know? And the way you get good at smooth lines is by always doing them. even when you could do a little sketchy bit. So that's that. Then I gotta go over here. I'll pick that. I can go back to using this tool again. Whoops. Whoops. Okie dokie. Alright, good. Then we can go here. Uh-huh. Oh, we're well past an hour. I'm gonna take a quick little break so I can use the bathroom, and I'll be right back. Okie dokie. I'm back. And we are shrimply continuing. Yeah. So, yeah, it's a good thing I made the character so simple. Is one thing I will say, because otherwise I would never ever be able to do this many frames of it. We'll go here. Oh, looks like the music's just ended. Bing bing. There we go. Here, I'll just do it wrongly and then get this back out. It's gonna be convenient for me to just put the ribbon up higher. Gosh, what am I up to? Okie dokie. That's clearly too much. How's this last one? That could technically be that much, but it isn't, and everyone knows that, so... I'll do it, like, just down to there, maybe? Oops. Alright. Okie dokie. Finally done with that part. Now I can use scarf. Okie. There we go. And back here we go, zoom in, grab that. And then we go, whoa. Like so. And then tricky. I suppose I will go like this. Oops. Forgot that I was still in iEraser mode. Not gonna connect it up just yet, I can use a smaller brush for that. There we go. Mm-hmm. Wonderful. So I'm gonna need to, I think anyway, sort of, because essentially the code is open because their hands are holding it open, you know? So it's hard to get the exact dynamics of that, right? I did really well here. Mostly because I can hide it with this paper. Well, maybe if I go like this. Or you know what? What if I move this keyframe? It's blank one in anyway, for now. What if I go back a while? And then darn it, never mind. So what if I cheat a little more then? I'll break the frame in two. And then on top of doing that, I'm gonna add cinematic bars to this one. Alright. I didn't know that I chose the wrong color. That whoops. Doki? Wow. think it'd be fun if the hat was the one on top in this top panel. I mean in this top bar. So that's what I'm gonna do. I think it's fun and adds a little depth. First I'll go here, go here, go here. Okay. There we go. Now finish up down here with this. Yeah, I think that's good. And then on this half, we're going to need God. I might as well put this on into a bin. So it's going to be the, oh, that's right. And up here, we, what I want is that, scroll, or rather the hands holding it, specifically, is what's important about this. Oh, I hate hands so much. But it's necessary to draw them. Here, over here, I've done like this. What if I, like, I don't know, copy and paste? Place to start, you know? Because then I can drag this over here, scale it up until it makes no sense. So I did well on this, you know? It's probably a bit too big, actually. That's better. All I gotta do is clean up these edges. And then ta-da! And it is much easier than trying and failing to redraw hands. Mm-hmm. Doki. And everything past this corner gets cut off. Anyway. Much better already. Wait, hang on. I guess I can start out with this. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Try and bring this a little better. Alright. There we go. I think it's actually pretty so tricky to tell exactly how things should go. You know? Because I see. Okay, so this actually should. Drawing fingers is always so hard. Yeah, it is. It really is. This wouldn't go all the way to the edge anyway. But hey, that looks okay. Right? And you know what they say? Once it's acceptable, yoink. And then on this one I should be able to transform your horizontally. If I turn down the opacity, I'll be able to see a little bit better how I want it to fit. It looks like what I was doing was I rotated a little bit inwards, like so. I do it like here. Erase roughly like that. Nope. I still want to erase rough. In there. Okie dokie. Okay. And what I need is how's this go? I had it like well, let's see. Oh, I gotcha. I understand. That bump doesn't show up as much here. Let's see where it is there. And then you know what? This really does call for another layer, unfortunately. And 2 points. I think we're just under 2 hours. I'm gonna call it here because I do still have work tomorrow. And I quit while we're ahead because this is gonna be a hard part coming up soon. Yeah? So, we will raid out. Let's see. Who's on that we know? Okay, nice stream. Thank you. Have a good night. Thank you. Go into mini. They have a lot of viewers, so that's intimidating. You can go into them. It's been a while. Bye. Or at least bye as soon as this finishes. We've been up for about an hour. See you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.